All right, now we're gonna explain hiking Maulgar right here. This video is skippable if you don't want to have an exhaustive explanation of everything that the bosses do, and all of the explanations of mechanics. And you can like obviously, ideally you want to watch it, but this is only the explanation of the mechanics, and the next video would be the explanation of the strategies. So, first of all, I will say that this fight is one of the most complex fights that there is to understand and to follow as someone who wants to know everything about this fight. We're fighting 5 bosses at the same time, and they all have multiple abilities, and everyone has to have a different design. It's extremely chaotic, extremely hectic. It's basically impossible to keep track of everything that is happening at the same time. Um, but let's get right into it. Oh yeah, I will say, however, it's a very simple fight to execute as yourself. It's very, very complex overall, but every single person's assign is pretty simple in itself. The difficulty resides in the fact that everyone needs to do what they need to do and execute it good, right? Execute it well enough. But as yourself, you only have a few things to do. So there's no worry to have, and that's why it's completely okay to just know what you have to do and do it. Okay. So what does King Mulgar do? First of all, he has a cleave, he has a knockback, and he has a whirlwind that he only uses when he's above 50% HP. And yeah, yeah. And he hits extremely hard. He hits extremely hard. That's what he does. Okay. Skull basically the thing that he does is a heal onto other augurs that can and needs to be interrupted. And X is a warlock type who will death coil people randomly at 30 yards range, and he will also place a stacking debuff onto whoever is tanking him that is not dispellable and that will end up killing whoever is tanking him if you let it stack enough. However, he also summons a Fell Stalker, which can be controlled by a warlock, and this pet has a taunt ability that can be used on the boss itself, and the pet is immune to the debuff. So basically, the strategy would be to have a warlock right here, enslave the Fellstalker and tank the boss, and grab it away from the initial tank that shouldn't be tanking him too long. Then, for square, this is when things become extremely important. This is the first real no-go zone that you need to keep in mind in this encounter. If someone, including pets, is at less than 30 yards away from him, he will do an arcane explosion that will knock people away very far, deal damage, and also reset his threat completely. So this is extremely dangerous because he can knock you into the whirlwind, which, by the way, is extremely deadly. You would die. And into this other no-go zone that I'm going to explain later, and basically you would die. Also, he sends some bolts, nature bolts onto whoever's tanking him, so he's a ranged caster. And he also tries to polymorph whoever is tanking him, which is why we have either a druid tanking him who cannot be polymorphed, or we have 2 hunters and they alternate being polymorphed. So, yep. And now for Crush, Moon. This is the most dangerous mob in this entire encounter. At 20 yards away, if someone is in 20 yards away, he will pulse a blast wave that will most likely kill you. It will one-shot you, you can never ever afford to be at less than 20 yards away from this guy. If that happens because you got knocked into it or you get death coiled into it, then you will die and you need to petri. You can petri out of the death coil, by the way. Also, some other thing he does is he will cast a fireball onto whoever is tanking him. This fireball deals more than 10k damage and will one-shot basically anyone. And he also has a shield, a spell shield, that will reduce incoming damage from spells by 75%. This is why we have a mage tanking this guy, because the mage can spell steal the spell shield and survive the fireballs. The mage should be able to survive one fireball naturally anyway, due to having a specific gear set for this. But basically, that's what we do. This mob can either stay where he is, or he can move on pool anywhere up to here, or like even over there, depending on RNG. So that means that on pool, anyone needs to always make sure that you are watching where this guy is going, and you are moving accordingly. You can never afford to be surprised by the blast wave, because it's already too late. So yeah. And this is also why no arcane shot, no dispel, no purge, no anything onto this boss, because if you mistakenly dispel the spell shield, you're killing your mage tank. And then it's a battery out, we all die. So yep, that's it. Yeah, okay. And lastly, we kill Triangle last, and under 50% HP, he will enrage. And after, so he will, during the enrage, he attacks twice as fast, but deals half damage. However, he will also start charging people at random and resetting threats upon charging. Cannot be outranged, and can one-shot people from the cleave after this, which has happened. So, and he can do that after like 25 seconds after the start of his enrage. So he needs to be killed immediately, and there will be a strategy for that in the next video. So that's what the bosses do. That this is the abilities and the mechanics.